Okay, Twitch is saying the stream finally just went down, so I'm hoping it just came back up here. I did not get an error message from my OBS this time. Looks like we're good to go here. I'm gonna have to apologize in advance for all the crazy static that's about to come out. I will try and adjust my microphone noise gate so you're not getting too much of my crazy static in the background aside from when I'm talking. There's another turret for In-N-Out Burger. I'm gonna get Twitch chat open on my other computer again here, guys, so that I can pay attention to what you guys are saying to me. I apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. My sound card just killed itself on my other computer, and OBS decided to crap out as well. So we are 13 kills to 7 for In-N-Out Burger here. They have picked up a 8k gold lead, which is a lot more impressive than when I last saw them playing this matchup. Seems like they're doing well for themselves now. Slowly grabbing that lead. I apologize once again that I can't see Twitch chat right now. I'm just trying to get logged back in here while my computer lags itself out some more. Alright. We're back in the game. Almost back onto Twitch chat. In-N-Out Burger against Purely Gaming. Purely Gaming putting up a much better fight than some teams have so far against In-N-Out Burger. 21 minutes is nearly the longest matchup we've seen. Got In-N-Out Burger trying to push their advantage here behind that turret with the Renekton. Renekton might get, Thresh might get deleted. Renekton gets deleted as well, though. And In-N-Out Burger's gonna try and push for this mid inhibitor turret. Gonna have an inhibitor here possibly as Lulu gets the Tristana. Manages to survive in there 2v1 as well after the kill. Caitlyn nets out. Oh, an ace in the hole goes down onto Orianna. A Nami ult comes in. It's gonna be enough for a kill on Renekton. In-N-Out Burger taking that first Nexus turret. It's going to be the second Nexus turret as Thresh lands a death sentence. And this is going to be the game, folks. Alright, we have a victor here. And the bracket will be updated momentarily to say that In-N-Out Burger has secured their semi-finalist place. I'm gonna get that bracket updated right now. You guys can all see this here. Bracket updating. Huzzah. Alright. Alrighty guys, that was our round 3 game. In-N-Out Burger has secured their semi-final position here. We're just waiting for Last Level Entertainment and Ghost House to finish up their matches. And then we will have another game going for you momentarily. While we wait, check out notsostock.ca. We'd love if you did. I'm gonna put that into Twitch chat for you. Check out the bracket as well, even though it's on your screen right now. Give Challenge some love. Once again, this is Not So Stock Gaming's Open Bracket Tournament, and this is Dark Corpse shoutcasting for you at the moment. We may have Abers replacing me momentarily. We'll see exactly what happens. Oops. Ah, shit. Just trying to get Abers into call. Trying to get this all set up here. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Alright,
After
so...
much trials and tribulations.
yeah, technical difficulties averted.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just waiting for Last Level Entertainment and Ghost House to finish up the match. In-N-Out Burgers managed to win 3 so far.
Was that the team that we just watched with the horrific Caitlyn of 13-3-7 fame?
Oh no, is that how low it was? Let's check that client. Did I exit that game already? Oh, I did. I can't check the scores. Alright guys, can anybody else confirm that score for us in Twitch chat? Poor Caitlyn.
Yeah, she was a beast.
13,
really,
5 and 7, yeah, it's... Yeah, Jaylene. Jaylene always performs well.
Yeah, did a good job stopping Tristana before she was able to get into that scary Tristana phase. Level 11 Tristana not gonna do a whole ton.
Yeah, In-N-Out Burger did a pretty good job of turning that mid-game around there. It looked pretty even in the beginning, but it seemed clear that something changed.
Definitely. This was round 3.
Yes, this was round 3 that's just completed here.
Excellent.
Get that Twitch chat updated to say we're going into the semi-finals, I guess.
Okay.
So In-N-Out Burger has actually secured a semi-final position. I didn't really think about it. Congratulations, guys. You are now guaranteed RP prizing tonight.
Now they're just fighting for seeding and to get that Triumphant ryze skin.
I'm not sure if they've actually won first place with us before or not. Just have that skin already. I know they've come close a few times, but there's been a lot of second and third place finishes for them.
We've actually got the Lulu here in the chat, Azelios. Yeah, the early wave clear was strong. It seemed like the one cool thing that their opponents seemed to have kind of going for them was the possibility of a number of different delivery mechanisms for the Oriana ball. I like the idea of... I like kind of what was trying to be done in this comp. Throw on the Oriana ball onto a Jarvan or a Renekton. The Cataclysm command Shockwave combo is pretty spicy, but yeah, they just didn't get to that point. The wave clear, as our good friends there, Azelios, was kind of putting out. Yeah, especially in the mid game. I mean, Ziggs just can do it all. Pretty much, or can do that wave clear pretty much throughout the entire game. Caitlyn obviously pretty strong in the early game. Yeah.
Yeah, there was pretty decent team comps all the way around there.
I do think it was unfortunate that Renekton had to go and rush the Spectre's Cowl. I understand that was in part to have to deal with Azelios' Lulu, but I think that really ended up hurting him against some of the having to deal with. He was the person that was going to have to deal with the Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Jarvan was building AD at the beginning, so he wasn't going to be able to deal with her. Not to mention she can just 90 caliber net out of the Cataclysm. So yeah, I think I think had the Renekton been able to get a little bit more armor on him a little bit faster, that he might have been able to provide an answer to the Jaylene.
Yeah, Lulu is always a difficult laning opponent, especially for champions like that, where they're relying on their melee and their lane bully ability, because she just stops so much damage, so much initiate from most teams. It's hard to gank a Lulu as well.
Yeah, she'll just pop on that whimsy and skittle away. But such is life. Dark Corpse is still here. What are you talking about there in that Twitch chat?
I'm right here, Rooter. I'm right here. I'm watching you. I see you in the Twitch chat.
I apologize to the viewers on my tardiness. I had an exciting 3-hour drive to and from Chicago.
How was Chicago?
It's still there. They're not super well on their traffic management, but as I was driving and sitting in traffic, I had a thought that I'd like to throw out here to the Twitch chat and to you as well. I kind of think that what happened to Janna? Where did all of the Jannas go?
Oh, Janna. I saw one this morning, actually. We got a couple ranked games in before work, and this Janna went like 3-0-22 against us. It was just ridiculous.
She seems super strong in the current meta, especially if a lot more people start picking up this Rengar Korean pick. If one thing stops a Rengar from hopping in on your team, it's a Monsoon that pushes his butt out. Not to mention, she seems good against Braum. You've got like long range engage. You've got a shield, and you've got movement speed buffs that can keep you away from running.
Yeah, she's definitely a difficult champion to play against, especially with one of my favorite champions, the Morgana, who tends to outrange most things. Aside from that Lulu tornado there, always comes in as a surprise.
Well, that's true. And I think I was talking to one of my friends about this, and I was talking about the potential combo of Janna and Yasuo.
That would be an interesting lane.
I mean, well, I don't know if you necessarily want to put them in lane, but you get to that mid lane or mid game point where you need Yasuo. You need Yasuo engages, and she can do those from probably as long range as possible in the game. Not to mention, she can get multiple people. I mean, she can proc the Yasuo ultimate off of her Q. She can also proc it in an AoE capacity off of her Monsoon if she just gets in the middle of the enemy team and pushes them. All of those people are potentially last breath targets, which seems pretty strong.
Is the push enough to get them knocked up? I didn't realize that it was a knock up with it.
I'm pretty sure Yasuo triggers not only off of knockups, but off of displacement effects. I may be wrong.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe somebody in Twitch chat can confirm it for us.
Yeah, because can't you proc it off of, say, a Gragas ultimate exploding cast?
I've not seen it done. I've seen it done off of the Ziggs trap, but that's definitely a knock-up.
Let me consult the internet. But yeah, according to the internet, any displacement, so stuff like Hecarim's E, the Fizz ultimate.
That is pretty dirty. Yasuo getting in there.
Yeah, stand aside from Draven. Oh god, even the Poppy Slam can get it. Oh yeah, Quinn's E. Those are all pretty obvious. Yeah, the rest of them seem to. So the only exceptions seem to be it's not procced off of Thresh's Q, and it's not procced off of Skarner's ultimate. But everything else that's any sort of displacement will trigger it. So you're listening to this, and you're more competent at this game, or more competent Yasuo than I am, which is assuredly I'm terrible at Yasuo. But someone needs to get out here and test this out.
Oh man, my Yasuo is so bad.
Yeah, he's a hard champion. Okay, so Brunzy says that Janna's not used because there are other supports that are tankier or have even more utility in CC. That's fair, but I think that a lot of those were hit. I think one of the main reasons she fell off in competitive play was because she got wrecked by Annie, who had that long-range stun.
Haven't seen a lot of Annie supports recently either, actually. Annie's fallen off a lot with the recent patches.
Yeah, her damage is really kind of sad. Or I guess not her damage, but the stun nerfs to her.
Yeah, those stun nerfs when they first came out were definitely a hit to her. It didn't seem to kill her right away, but she did lose popularity, a month or two after that?
Yeah. I actually was watching a game earlier today of someone trying to counter Annie, or use Annie to counter a Braum, and it did not work very well. Braum just basically ignored all of her things, ran right up to her, and just pushed her out.
Yes, Braum is definitely the new lane bully in town.
He is burly man.
He makes it work, though.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see this kind of resurgence of Caitlyn. She seems to be all over the place now. She was never really bad, but
Caitlyn and Sivir have always been a fairly popular pick, I find, though you do see a lot more, obviously, Jinx and Lucians coming out since they're stronger, with a lot of Twitch play as well. Tristana's come back a bit more recently, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm still kind of underwhelmed by her. Obviously, if she gets to level 18, she's a beast. But I kind of feel like if you're gonna go Tristana, you might as well just lock in and go with Kog'Maw. You get the range with him. You also get the benefit of being able to just totally destroy all of the tanks.
I don't know. I prefer seeing a Corki to a Kog'Maw, but I guess it depends on what you're playing, what you like.
That's fair. Yeah, Corki's definitely been making his rounds too. He's the thing that I like most about him, and the niche I feel like he fits in best, is being able to be an AD carry while still providing a lot of magic damage and poke. I kind of think that he would maybe be someone that would compete with him for that spot would be Varus, if Varus had any sort of escape. But as it is, I think a lot of people are just too afraid to lock in the Varus and just be a kind of sitting duck there.
Varus has so much poke, though. If you can land those snipes, it's definitely a worthwhile champion to play.
Oh yeah, and not to mention that ultimate of his. It's not often that you can find an AD carry that actually has hard AOE CC, with that chain of corruption. It's difficult to hit, obviously. Not the easiest skill shot in the world to land, but when it does, ooh, it's dirty.
That's very true. It's kind of like an Ashe ult coming in there, but
yeah,
a little harder to land.
And getting the entire team.
Yeah, it's very true. It's definitely a little wider, eh?
Yeah. I do wish we'd see some more Ashes. I love the half the game away ultimates from her coming in with the crystalline arrows, and just watching them fly across the screen and end up catching someone and initiating for the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's always nice to see those arrows long range connect. It's even kind of funny to see them walk right between two champions, though.
Oh yeah, just through the uprights. Oh, devastating. Those are so sad.
Alright, well, I'm going to leave you for one moment while I grab a drink, and I'll be back to help cast when the match is starting up here.
Alright. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I am just alerting the interwebs to the fact that we be streaming. Alright. So, how's y'all's night going? We be streaming. Yeah. Okay. Has anyone had success with the Ardent Sensor? I've been kind of I've been disillusioned with it since since I've been getting my Zealand on, and the stupid thing does not proc for the Zealand speed ups, which I just feel is so wrong. Zealand needs those auto or that attack speed. And that should count. I don't understand why that doesn't count as a shield or a heal. I mean, I guess I do because it's not a shield or a heal, but come on. Ardent Sensor on Galio. That's okay. Yeah. Isn't there a Galio rework supposed to be in the works? Every so often you see him pop up because that ultimate. It's hard to go wrong with the AoE taunt, but just like everything else that he does is so underwhelming. All right. Ryuko Fire. Are you talking about Galio there with the free stats? Is that he gets free AP for his based off of his magic resist, I think? Yeah, and to answer Icy Catman, yes, I am the one from Chicago. Oh, that's fair. Though, if you're talking about free stats on the ADC, we should be chatting about my good friend Tarek. Oh, sweet Tarek. Give all of the armor. You get to spam that joke. Gems are outrageous. Truly outrageous. Just do that over and over and over again until your opponents concede, or dive you because they're so aggravated with you, and then you just stun them and just like walk away because you have 300 armor. It's fun. It needs a little incompetence from the other side in order to get going, but once you get going, it's pretty nasty. We are just waiting on the last. We're just waiting on the last quarterfinals in order to get going. It should be going on here in the next 5 minutes.
When does a tourney start?
Well,
tourney's already started. I'm back, by the way.
Okay. Oh, good to see In-N-Out Burger returning. Along with the delightful fellows over at Flying Dingo's Gold. Definitely seen some names here I recognize. So we're waiting for 3 rounds to finish up, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we still got 3 teams playing out their round 3 matches. Sorry, 6 teams. 3 matches playing out in round 3. And it looks like the game is forming up here. In-N-Out Burger has gotten the lobby formed up since they're blue. So I'm going to get you an invite here as well.
Excellent. I'm all about that invite life.
Invitation only.
while we're talking about hella troll characters here, I'm gonna take this moment and plug my my niche pick, which is the jungle Yorick. Um, Now, I know there's a lot of stigma associated with Yorick, because his laning, there's like no counterplay to his lane, and then he doesn't do anything after you cross your lane. But turns out that rushing the first two buffs and then standing in the bottom lane and spamming ghouls until the other bottom lane either gives up and backs away and you get the turret, or they give up a kill is pretty strong. You actually don't need to really gank with him. Which is obviously his weakest function. Yes. Indeed. No counter. So, I mean, you're dealing with a weak ganking AD, or weak ganking jungler, but the things that he can do, very similar to Elise, is he can rush dragons, and at about level 16 can solo the Baron with like a blue buff and a sufficient amount of mana, in a very, very surprising way. Also at level 3 with double buffs, he basically only loses fights to like a level 3 double buff Udyr. And everyone loses fights to AD or double buff.
Oh man,
Udyr.
who doesn't lose to an Udyr these days? I hate seeing Udyrs in game.
Nobody likes him.
It's like Lee Sin, but a bear.
Yeah, and he doesn't do anything cool. He just runs at you.
Oh, does he ever run though?
Oh yeah, he's a good runner. I mean, other than the two people who would probably beat him in a foot race, that I can think of off the top of my head, Rammus, obviously, and Hecarim. He's pretty quick.
I was gonna say Yi might do it as well with that ultimate, but
oh, that's true. That's true.
Depends who's playing in what form, I suppose.
Indeed. Here, I got you, Vasseroy.
We've got a challenge up in the background for the bracket, and we've also been tapping through the website occasionally, guys. Someone's asking in Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a report that Lee likes to poop on udders at level 3. Castro saying that we might be wrong about the Udder versus Lee comparison, if that's what you made there. I think you said Udder versus Yorick, though.
Oh, I did, but I would contest the claim that what is it? Tiger Stance Udyr? Tiger Stance Udyr at level 3, I would take that over basically everything. It's terrible. It's the worst. And the reason I'd take him over Lee Sin is that he just stops all of your fun. He stuns you, then switches to Tiger Stance and gets in like 5 auto attacks. And by the time you've become unstunned and you do your little ward hop away, so you may be able to escape, but you're not going to be able to kill him. And after you escape, he's going to go and steal all of your farm, because he's a jerk.
Yeah, Udder's movement speed, combined with his attack speed from that Tiger Stance, is definitely an overwhelming gank potential.
Oh, and the thing that makes me so angry, because I don't feel like this should be possible, is the build that has him get both the spirit jungle item and the other one. He gets both the.
I'm no help with item names, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just gonna look it up.
Alright, get it all looked up here.
Yeah, let's be all official-like. Yeah, he gets both the Madrid's Razor and the Spirit Stone, which you can do because the Spirit Stone no longer gives additional gold, so it doesn't count in the same way as so these two items don't contradict in the same way that support items do, right? You can't have 2 gold generating support items, and that used to be the case with jungle items, but then they took off the
unique
gold generation function. Yeah. off of the middle level, and so he can clear the jungle at a just insane rate. If he gets an early kill on you and can get those 2 items, he'll just like farm to like 500 CS and just be super aggravating. I mean, generally you can still win because while he's off farming, you can go like take dragons and take turrets and kill his team, but you're not going to do much to the dirty Udyr.
Yeah, it's always an unfortunate situation to play against a fed Udyr.
Yeah.
Then again, a fed anything these days can be a game-throwing situation.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh my, you know what I did not notice?
What's that?
Our good friend Castro, who was previously D1, has been promoted.
Ooh, what's he at now?
What do you get promoted to from D1?
D2?
I think he's Challenger, bro.
Woo!
Congrats, Castro. Well played.
Yeah. That's fancy.
I was gonna say that might have been a team rank, but no, their team is like D5, I think, right now, if not Platinum. Congrats, man. That's a solo queue Challenger.
That is not the easiest to get. Yeah, wow. Challenger tier. There it is. Oh, and well, he's been with us for forever. Look at that. He's got the season 1 the season 1 icon.
Yeah. Is that a gold icon from season 1 or is that silver?
It looks like gold.
Well played. Well played, Mr. Castro.
He's Challenger 3. That's still like a bajillion levels higher than anything I've ever encountered, so hats off to you, sir. Alright, so just waiting on those last 2 matches to finish up. Or last 3. Would you be interested in going? Well,
Oh, it's a bronze season 1 cup apparently, not a gold one.
It looks like the Flying Dingo Gold round should be out. None of them appear to be in a match.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any new match reports yet. Unfortunately, I just double-checked that again here. Oh, we've got I Love Missour advancing around. Unfortunately, they were against Flying Dingo's Gold here, not seeing in a match.
Okay.
So Flying Dingo's Gold gets denied a semi-finals placement. And we're still waiting on the report from Last Level Entertainment in Ghost House.
Okay. And was it Severt or the Phoenix fanboys? Oh, FTG Shorty is saying that Flying Dingo's Gold won.
I may have misread that report, and that is correct. That says loss. I was trying to get through the email quickly to not spam Twitch chat with my personal information there.
Oh, no worries.
But I did inaccurately record that match.
Yeah, I'm looking at the...
Flying Dingo's Gold did win, and they have secured their semifinals position.
His game history shows a rather nasty Renekton play of a 4-1-12. Alright. So we're just getting those last rounds recorded in here.
Alright, just dealing with Chad here. Getting this match ready to go soon, hopefully. It's been a huge delay all the way for this match to finish up. There's Last Level Entertainment versus Ghost House still playing their second game, potentially. Oh, I guess Last Level Entertainment won a first round game and a second round game, whereas Ghost House had a round 1 bye. So Ghost House is on their second game, while Last Level is on their third here. I could check LOL Nexus and see where they're at, but I find it more fun as a surprise.
Troopers.
Looks like we have a win reported for Semper Viros. See where they're at in the brackets here.
Okay, that's
they
over.
beat Phoenix Fanboys.
Yeah.
I believe Phoenix Fanboys actually placed in a previous tournament. I don't remember if it was an open bracket or one of our other tournaments.
You're definitely right. Yeah, I can't remember it all, but yeah, I've definitely seen them before.
So we're still waiting on just this one matchup. Waiting for days, waiting for days.
Ghost House versus Last Level.
Let's check their team rosters here, see if we can find them on LOL Nexus there. It is Ghost House. There's a Ghost House. Oh, I actually have one of their members on my friends list. We can double check this completely. They're definitely still in game at the 41-minute mark. I'm going to jump in this since we've been sitting here forever.
Alright.
If I cannot spectate that game. He must have disabled spectators. That's no fun.
That's no fun. I guess it's possible that they could also be overloaded on spectators.
I don't know, we thought that there was a spectator cap before, or there was a discussion about that, but we had 3 or more spectators into the one game previously, just spectating through a chain. So I'm not sure if there's actually a cap on how many people can spectate a game.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. Just, I assume there's got to be some kind of thing, so in case like a bajillion people logged on, I'm not sure. Oh, that's the 3rd and 4th place match. Yeah.
I'm hearing some reports in Twitch chat of potential problems. Lost my Oh, no, okay. Problems in solo queue. Okay. Someone lost their D1 promos to a hacker, apparently. I thought someone was claiming we were getting DOSed again. I was like, we're not getting DOSed. Stop making crazy claims. I am here. You are there. We're all live. No DOSing here.
So have you seen any of these jungle Rengars running around?
Not personally. I've heard that Rengar is still pretty OP though, even with the nerfs. It's hard for me to really wrap my mind around it. I've been watching it a bit on the pro scene, and the North American people have had a real hard time making it work. I watched some Koreans play it though, and it seemed like it was most successful if it's played, instead of playing it like you'd play a Kha'Zix or like old Evelyn, where it's like a jungle assassin. It seemed much more successful as kind of the equivalent to an AD Elise, someone as like who's like a fight initiator, but really needs the rest of their team to kind of support and follow up that damage. Yeah, I've tried playing Rengar a couple times and had absolutely no success with it. Then again, I have played him as an assassin and failed miserably to get any kind of farm early game. I find he's really hard to start without a really solid leash, especially in the jungle, and he doesn't really play anywhere else all that well aside from top lane, and of course my top is not something anybody wants to see.
I've seen a couple rare instances where people were able to successfully utilize him as support, as kind of like a super bush control champion, but I think that those were extremely niche picks, combined with some questionable calling on their opposing bottom lane, where just people underestimate how far he can jump out at you, or forget that he now has a snare that can just totally, or I guess he always had a snare, but people just forget about it.
Yeah, the bolos.
Oh yeah. Slow down.
And his jump is definitely got some range on it. Looks like this game is going all the way at the 45-minute mark here.
All right, well. Indeed, Castro. Indeed.
Blue is going to win Worlds. What is Worlds? What are these crazy tournaments you speak of?
Right? Nonsense. Shaw.
In and out Jigger, going for the world champions, playing against those Koreans. Wasn't there something about Koreans banning Worlds or something? I don't troll Reddit quite enough.
I doubt it. The Worlds this year is being held in Korea.
Oh, okay, that might have been what it was about.
Yeah, so the problem, I mean, the potential upset for Samsung Blue is they seem to be extremely, this is like the top team in Korea right now, and they just beat the team that won Worlds last year in a 2-0 in the Korean whatever championship league. And the problem with them is that it seems they're really dependent upon their mid laner. And when he's hot, they're like unbeatable. But he seems to kind of run in streaks. So I'd keep an eye out on whether or not he can kind of keep up this high level of play. But if he can, I'd agree with Brunsey. They're probably pretty well positioned. Really, I just hope that North America continues to beat Europe. We need to assert our dominance over the Europeans.
Yeah, it'd be nice for us to be able to compete with the Koreans as well, but with their rigorous schedules and the support their teams get from not only their management and the communities, but like everyone just in general, with esports being as big as it is in Korea, American teams just don't have that kind of discipline and support base behind them, so it's definitely hard for us to keep up.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. I don't even think I can... Oh, we might have an end to the game. Castro says that they be done.
Indeed, I'll double check on that. Looks like I have 2 new reports, and Ghost House has won.
Well, congratulations to Ghost House. That's our 4th semi-finalist.
Alright, all teams at this point will be receiving some form of prizing, whether it's 800 RP or 3200 RP and a Triumphant ryze skin, will be determined by the next 2 games.
I 100% disagree with you there. I see Catman. EU LCS is like the most boring goddamn thing I've ever watched. The only thing that's interesting is every so often when Froggen brings out the Anivia. You can watch him play Anivia if you haven't seen it. Watch him for like 3 minutes, and then everything else that the LCS EU does is sit and farm. North America is amazing. I mean, you get those. Yeah, no, you're 100% wrong here. Unfortunately, I see Catman.
What is POF?
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm waiting for IC Catman to explain what POF is.
That lingo is over my head.
Maybe it's Riot. Maybe it's some crazy person. No, it's Froggen, bro. Fuck Frogger.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's Frogger. Yeah, fuck Froggen. There we go. My bad. I said it backwards. My apologies, Rooter. You are correct, Frogger. It's like that game where you jump on the lily pads and
Oh
or
yeah.
try and get it past the cars, whatever it is these days.
Oh yeah, dodge cars. There's the deadly alligators that open their mouth and close their mouth, and you have to jump them when their mouth is closed. Devastating.
All right, well, while we're getting this match formed up, I'm going to AFK for 1 more minute.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just lurk here with our esteemed fan base. Yeah. So looks like we're just waiting for one more. I don't know if you all can see the what's going on in the chat here, but we are literally one person away from starting this semifinals match. There had to be well, there's a poof. Is this? Oh, get out of here with your dating websites. You're watching League of Legends on a Friday night at whatever time. You need to find yourself a nice nerd woman. Hush, quiet, icy cat man. Don't you know? Don't you know the keeping things on the DL? I don't know. Apparently, our witty banter is not drawing the viewers, which is too bad. We love them, but they shall return. If you build the match, they will come. Psh. Was that a J4 bot? All right. That'd be pretty good, but it's not quite as good as that one time that we randomly got Benji in here. The beginner Ashbot. Christian Mingle. You guys are killing me here. Bullied. Alright, so while we're waiting, I need you all to regale me with tales of your insanely good OP picks that are off the beaten path. I know that some of you are sitting down and have like that AD what is it, the AD Warwick mid lane or something. What is your favorite champion and favorite build that no one else plays? Give it to me. Come on, Icy Cat man. You've been getting your top lane. Was it top lane Janna? That one's pretty good. I've never added the Manamura to there, so Tylery 61 throughout the as your random pick that no one else plays is the Feral Flare, Wits End, Manamura, Warwick. Usually I switch that Manamura for a Blade of the Rune King to get a little bit more sustain. Get out of here with your AD Heimerdinger jungle. That's preposterous. AD runes on the Thresh. I do have a friend who's pretty effective with that. And I have seen the AD carry Thresh from time to time. It doesn't seem to do well except when people totally underestimate it. And just like think that it won't do things. And then it jumps on you and whoosh, whips you down.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
Looks like we're still waiting for X-Cypher to get here.
Yeah.
Or he was here. Did he leave and he's gonna have trouble getting back into the game possibly?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
his. Oh, that's disastrous.
We're gonna have to reform this lobby probably.
Oh, yeah, because he quit. Can he not join again?
I'm not 100% sure. I haven't heard anything from him. It looks like he's actually offline.
Alright, I see Catman. Why AD Heimerdinger jungle? Why not AP? What is the AD adding to this equation? Because I admit, I will freely admit, I have tried to do the Heimerdinger jungle, and I'm just too incompetent to hit those grenades and actually be able to, land ganks. I'm also not patient enough in order to be able to, Oh, we got him! Alright.
Ah, it's gonna work. Cool. Let's see if we can get this to actually get everybody into the lobby here. Reforming lobbies is I see Catman's middle name. He didn't quit, Rooter. They just thought we were going to reform the lobby here, so they're all getting an invite again. X-Cypher was just offline for a minute. Oh, apparently he's... Oh, I got a DC from PvP. Oh, I have invite apparently.
For those of you just joining us, this is our semi-final match of the June 27th Open Tournament. Started with 20 teams, now we're down to 4.
Alright, looks like X-Cypher's having some connection issues there. I think he's just restarting his client again. Yeah, he's going back green now. So we'll get the opposition for In-N-Out Bigger into the game momentarily.
Alright. This team that we've got here, Castra, is that In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah, that's In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
And they are against Ghost House, I do believe, on the purple side.
Yeah.
Alright, and our other semi-finalists are Semver Veritas versus Flying Dingo's Gold. Flying Dingo's Gold reporting that they have lost every tournament from NonSource.gaming in the second round. So, having completed 2 rounds of play, getting a round 1 bye for Flying Dingo's Gold, they have now broken their round 2 curse.
Alright. Let's see them in the finals. Or the bronze match. Either way, they've come far enough to qualify for a prize, which is pretty good in of itself.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big tournament tonight with, I think we have a total of 5 rounds. Yeah, we're at our maximum number of rounds with 20 teams. And we're in the champion selection.
Alright.
It took us a while, but we got here.
Yeah. Thanks for staying with us, folks. We got a Braum band coming in.
And the Lee Sin. Of course, a Jax.
Kale.
Some pretty standard bands so far. We've seen all of these bands before, including that Cassidon.
Yeah, the only one I'm a little surprised, or a little intrigued is by the Lee Sin. That seems to suggest to me that Ghost House both cannot play Lee Sin and isn't interested in getting a really early presence jungler going on here. Skarner. Okay. He's annoying, but I don't know if he's quite ban-worthy.
We've seen In-N-Out Burger play all 3 of those champions in the previous matches, though, so those could be targeted bans.
Oh, fair, fair.
see what this first pick from Castro is. We've seen a lot of Lee Sin and a Skarner actually from him, so not sure what else is in his champion pool.
Ooh, that's a spicy. The new Nidalee.
We've seen one Nidalee in game before. I can't remember which team it was actually on. Might have been in Nopjurger. That could be a pick for their mid lane.
I like the new Nidalee.
What did they change on her? I haven't been keeping up with patch notes.
Okay, so basically what she's going... They took a little bit of damage off of her Q and instead made it so that when she lands a spear or you step on a trap, it procs a, hunted debuff above your head. And that gives her next attack against that champion additional powers. So, or her next spell against that champion additional powers. Right, so if they've got the hunted thing over, or hunted debuff over her head, and she pounces, she gets a 700 pounce range, so you can go really far. What is it? Her takedown deals additional damage, and it works as a much better execute. And so what it ends up being is you get the same kind of pokey feel to her, but then in order to get the same amount of damage, you have to transform into her cougar form and hop in and burst people. So it's a lot harder.
The cougar.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to kind of stay in the back and get the same amount of utility from her.
Okay, so they've nerfed her spear a tiny bit then.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Zyra and Caitlyn locked in here for Internopjurger. We've seen this composition before, the Nidalee, Zyra, and Caitlyn. Zyra actually did really well.
Yeah, I like where she's at right now, especially against this lane of Lucian and Nami. I kind of think Caitlyn and Zyra are trying to do the same things, which is just stay in the back and poke people, but they're going to do it better because they have longer range. Caitlyn obviously outranging Lucian, and if Zyra is good on her plants, she can put up a lot of magic damage from pretty far away.
Scion pick from Bruzex.
Like to see
okay,
it.
Looks like it's trolling.
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, it looks like we're looking for a jungler. And yeah, so I was the Vi pick makes the Lee Sin ban especially make sense since Vi has a little bit of harder time keeping up with him at the beginning of the game.
Okay. Vi is always a strong pick, but I'm not sure about how she compares with other junglers, so that could be a very intuitive ban from them.
I mean, I like her, but if you're her the only real thing she brings at early levels is being able to hit people with her Vault Breaker, and Lee Sin is exceptionally difficult to hit with the Vault Breaker, obviously, because he's all jumping around doing his Lee Sin thing. So it'd be very difficult for her to turn around a Lee Sin gank. I mean, it's going to be pretty tricky for her to deal with an early game Elise too, but at least...
This isn't the first time we've seen Castro play Elise either, which should be an interesting matchup. We'll see exactly how they manage to play this one out. I don't know, I find her to be a strong jungler. I've seen Xcypher play her before as well. Xcypher is a regular community competitor as well. I'm not sure on the team name. Looks like he's formed a new team potentially after a tough loss, maybe. They did have some problems with the tournament a while ago where they lost either in the semis or just before the semis, so it's nice to see them here now.
Yeah, taking another swing at things. Based off of the way that the lanes are set up, I would probably guess that Castro is gonna... I don't really... I mean, usually you would never consider ganking for an early game Nidalee, because she just has no CC and very little follow-up damage to really get a gank going. And so you have similar problems with Shyvana. I mean, she can run at the enemy, but she's got no way to supplement the cocoon and keep them there. So I would look to see. I imagine we're going to see him visit the Zyra Caitlyn lane pretty early. Maybe get an early tower dive in. But I may be wrong. It's possible that the new Nidalee has enough, because the other major change they brought to her is she has Cougar form at level 1 now.
Ah, really? That's an interesting. The ultimate, she's turned into a mini udder.
Or Jace, or I mean, yeah. I think they're trying to make all of the transformative champions kind of all on the. Well, of course, as soon as I say that, I realize that there's a Shyvana, which is the exception to that rule, but almost all of the transformative champions kind of are able to start out with their transformation skill.
Oh, Rito, what have you done? Ultimate's just not what they used to be.
Oh, that's so true. So true. Except Fiddlesticks. His ultimate is still amazing.
Ah, yes, Fiddlesticks. Never expect to see that ult coming in, and it always sucks to eat it.
Oh, yeah. He's like the Spanish Inquisition.
Alright, just 45 seconds of spectator delay remaining here. Got two pretty interesting team compositions. I always like seeing the Nami-Lucian pair up. Nami's a really strong support, one I really hate laning against. Then again, so is Zyra. No, I don't mind a Zyra normally, but this Zyra might be. I wouldn't want to lane against Ranulf.
Well, the particularly scary thing, I think, about Zyra's as of late is that they've just kind of eschewed going tank or any. They just you get the Sightstone, you get the mandatory GP10 item, and then you just go right into Leandri's Torment and just start building damage. And so by the end of the game, it's basically like having two AP carries. The amount of burst that she can lay down can take a lot of people by surprise.
That's very true. It's always Zyra's not something you see a lot of people used to playing against either. It took me a little bit of time to get used to her, seeing her randomly throughout solo queue.
Yeah, and it can be difficult to navigate those plants, and kind of knowing when you want to be willing to tank some of that damage and when you really want to back off and kind of save your health bar. I'd look to see Lucian getting some. I mean, the Nami heals are going to definitely help deal with that. But I'd look to see him starting out with some lifesteal.
Yeah, a little lifesteal is always a good choice on an ADC. But a little bit off topic, what do you think of the World Cup skins, especially this Striker Lucian?
Honestly, I find them extremely bizarre. Why is a soccer player who's Striker Lucian running around with guns? That's preposterous.
That is a good point. That would be a red card.
Right.
That'd be a red card.
What's he doing on that soccer field with guns? That's what I want to know. And the other one that just totally blows my mind is the Maoki, who his skin has a soccer field on his head. That's just weird. that is very strange. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not the biggest. I don't follow soccer very much. So I'm probably not the target audience for these skins.
Yeah, there's been a lot of World Cup hype everywhere the last couple of weeks. I haven't really gotten into it, but some of my coworkers, at my day job anyways, have been talking about it, and I've seen a few cars driving by with between 5 and 20 flags from different countries streaming out their windows. You can tell they're soccer fans.
Alright. Looks like we're gearing up. Looks like we may get a little bit of a showdown here in the bottom lane, though. I always say that, and oh, nope. Zyra's gonna pop her head out.
Go try and pick up that first blood. Cost me a mystery skin here. If you missed that, there was some debate in Twitch chat there. Somebody bet me 500 RP that, well, they bet in general 500 RP that Zyra would pick up first blood again, so decided if she manages it, we're going to give away a mystery skin to a lucky viewer.
Alright. That's a strong bet. Though not the most unreasonable one. I definitely expect this bottom lane to go pretty heavily in favor of her and Caitlyn at the beginning.
She picked it up once. We'll see if she can do it a second time.
Yeah. We all gotta keep our fingers crossed. Get those skins. But yeah, she's already taken she has most gold in the game with those getting those procs from the Spell Thief as a hearty 20 gold advantage.
No invade this game. A little bit disappointing, but well played by both sides, managing to keep Vision and their jungle safe. Looks like Elise doesn't need that leash at her red buff.
No, she's going to be pretty good being able to use her spiderlings, and Castro does a pretty good job managing it, but does a good job using the spiderlings to tank a lot of that damage.
That's a good point. I'm just going to get these champions reordered for people, getting requests that we get everybody in the right order on the client. There we go. We're good now. My apologies. So, where are we at here? Both teams, In and Out already has a 100 gold lead. Is that from the Zyra there?
I think that's Zyra poke.
Kate's also 10 farm up on this Lucian. Oh, he's picking up some of his minions now as they get to his turret.
Okay. And I like... Ooh. Looks like we got Sneaky Caster sneaking up to the top lane for a gank on Aurelia. Let's see if he can land the cocoon. Oh. Aw. Good juke on her part.
I missed that there. Sorry, just watching Twitch chat for a moment.
Oh yeah, no worries. There wasn't really much to see. She did a good job. She did a good job to juke it. Castro saved the cocoon until he could get a guaranteed one, but there was a good dash and flash. Got a little bit of action here in the mid lane. And yeah, it looks like Cougar form, or the new Nidalee's definitely able to hold her own a lot better versus Ziggs than she used to be. Ziggs having to use his bouncing bomb to get away as she dived in. And she's already basically ran him out of mana.
That's something that's going to be interesting to know. Oh, and there's a first blood in the bottom lane to Nami. That's a support first blood again, but it's not to the Zyra. I do apologize, Twitch chat.
Ooh, that looked to be a good early gank coming in there from
Yeah, Vi was sitting there for a few moments, and it looked a little bit obvious to me, but that's because we had full vision there. Caitlyn might go down here as Vi tries to go in, and Nami's on top of it. Auto attack 1. They're not going to manage to catch the Caitlyn, though.
Yeah, that 90 caliber net is an excellent disengage.
Some action in the top lane. Aurelia taking a bit of pressure from the Shyvana here.
So, I like this this top lane matchup because what Shyvana wants to do is just get Aurelia to needlessly spend her mana, because she doesn't have mana costs, obviously. And so she just wants to basically out-attrition Aurelia. Whereas Aurelia wants to get in quick damage and get out and win those trades so that she can force the Shyvana back.
In and Out might successfully siege this bottom turret here. Now they're going to get forced off by minions just before they get it. Got a bunch of damage, though.
Wow, yeah, it's down to a little less than 700.
There's more action in this bot lane as Zyra gets her snare out. Takes a lot of pressure.
Wow, yeah, they're going to have to back off, especially here comes Vi for the return gank. I don't think they've got... I think they might be out of flashes, too.
Thankfully, Elise is here for them. Let's see if it's enough to turn that fight around. Both teams are getting a little bit low. Nami just misses those bubbles.
Kate was doing a good job kiting. Unfortunately, Zyra missed her Stranglethorns. Otherwise, they might have been able to secure some kills onto that, actually.
Yeah, it seems like she threw it a little bit hastily after it came off cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
There's still action in this bot lane as Nami's taking a lot of... Zyra's taking a lot of pressure. No, Elise. I'm blind.
Oof.
Elise goes down. No. Wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Elise went down.
She didn't really get the memo that her partner in crime, Zyra, had already backed, and Caitlyn was super low. We saw the Super Mega Inferno Bomb coming in from the mid lane, but it's not quite enough damage to take out Caitlyn.
It was well played by Ghost House.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually 2-0 against Burger, a situation we've not seen yet. They're up by 1,000 gold. So it's quite an impressive start for Ghost House.
Yeah, this mid lane is starting to go more towards what you'd kind of expect, with the Ziggs wave clear being up and coming, as opposed to the kind of single target damage from Nidalee. Ooh, good stun there in the top lane to put
Shyvana just gets out of that. There's about 200 HP left over. Seems like she's gonna get forced back here.
Yeah, she still had Dragon's Descent, in case to kind of deter Aurelia from chasing. But yeah, it's gonna be exactly where Aurelia wants it. Hopefully she'll be able to get a CS lead and kind of solidify that.
Yeah, speaking of CS, looks like numbers are fairly even across the board. Ziggs being a little bit up on the Nidalee, and Caitlyn being a little bit up on the Lucian seems to even things out. Because Vi is slightly below that Elise, while Aurelia is slightly above Shyvana.
Yeah.
Pretty close numbers. Still a 900 gold lead for... as I say that, Inneopicker picks up a turret closing that gold gap.
Alright, nice blue buff secured onto Nidalee, and that's going to make a big difference in coming in versus this Twitch, who's also got his blue buff, but they're going to basically just spam skills at each other.
Looks like Ghost House is setting up for Dragon here.
They're in a pretty good position. They definitely have the numbers game, and also the big threat would be Zyra throwing down her ultimate, but she doesn't quite have it yet.
Zig's already level 8, though. The Vi ult comes in, and Elise gets deleted again. And Vi went down as well, though.
She seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think, okay, this makes sense. Ooh, there's a very good bubble coming in to stop Shyvana from taking down the rest of the team. And in the meanwhile, Aurelia is able to secure the kill onto Caitlyn.
Yeah, it's the first death for Caitlyn there. She's been doing a really good job of keeping herself just out of death until right there where it took the entire team, or the majority of the Ghost House team, to take Caitlyn down. Now, 4-1 for Ghost House. It's an impressive early showing.
Ghost House, up until just that end of that fight, had pretty dominant control over the jungle ward situation. You can see more of them coming out here on the from In-N-Out Burgers onto the Ghost House side of things, but looks like they're gonna maybe be able to take the dragon.
Oh, Ghost House actually didn't get it there when they set up for the...
No.
So
yeah,
In-N-Out Burger will get one here.
Alright. First dragon of the game. So...
It's a dragon and a turret to In-N-Out Burger. They've actually secured a gold lead here, coming back from behind, being down 1-4.
Yeah, I mean, despite some of these early problems that Elise has had, she's been able to convert these objectives pretty well, and at the end of the day, that is gonna be worth more gold than actually the kills she's been giving up.
Yeah, she's up on the Vi now by a good 20 farm as well, which is a decent chunk of gold.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Aurelia in the top lane doing work, though, takes the first turret for Ghost House.
And she's well on her way to that Triforce, already getting the Sheen, so I expect Shyvana's not really going to want to be fighting that anytime in the immediate future, at least until she gets more of... She seems to be having kind of an interesting split build here. She's got the longsword that seems to suggest that she's going for the Blade of the Room King. Whoa,
Vi just gets out of that.
Yeah.
Shield comes in from Nami to secure her escape. Ignite onto Elise again, might go down. Elise looks like she's going to just get out of this.
Just barely dodges the bouncing bomb.
Some really close plays here. And nearly takes that Ziggs down. Just goes ham into that turret.
Yeah, so that's the new kind of Elise, or the new Nidalee kit coming in for you, where once she lands the spear, that sets up the ability for her to go and initiate. And get a bunch of burst damage down, though. Wow, you can see how far Aurelia's going in terms of her item lead over Shyvana. They're pretty even in CS. I mean, with Shyvana actually having a CS lead, but those 2 kills are really showing.
Yeah, it seems like Shyvana choosing to split her items around a little bit is going to cost her as well, as Aurelia's going to be able to complete that Trinity Force well before Shyvana has a really solid item.
Yeah, I think I would have... I mean, either getting the Blade of the Rune King or getting the Sunfire Cape, I think would have been better than having to split the difference between the middle. But we'll have to see. Maybe she knows something we don't.
I'll be surprised if she doesn't rush a Sunfire Cape at this point.
Yeah. At least I like the Ninja Tabby pickup that she just grabbed. Because that's going to at least give her some of that missing armor and help her stand... I still don't think that she can probably stand toe-to-toe with the Aurelia.
Now, this Aurelia is doing really, really well. I'm quite impressed by the plays coming out of Ghost House tonight. They have definitely earned their place in the semifinals.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see a little bit more deep ward coverage here coming in from In-N-Out Burger. They don't really have... They really want to be in a position where they can contest these blue buffs.
Yeah, they definitely don't have any kind of vision control here.
No. Yeah, it seems a little scattered, but... also, I think they're dealing mostly with trinket wards, as we can see. In-N-Out Burger only having that one sweeper, whereas Ghost House has both their jungler and support have switched to sweeping lenses.
Indeed, they have. But Zyra does have her Sightstone there, so I'm surprised there's not more. Okay, there's some more wards coming out here now as they start to ward up Purple Side's jungle.
Ooh, Zyra taking a couple turret shots there, but...
They get that mid-turret.
Yeah. I mean, these are 2 very good siege comps coming in from both teams. While I think... Ooh, what a great assault and battery there.
And Ghost House doing a really good job of staying alive through this. Vi got really low, but gets out.
Yeah, everyone's doing a pretty good job of disengaging. And as they should. They have the 2 probably best disengaged supports in the game, with Zyra Stranglethorns and the tidal wave coming in from Nami, making it pretty difficult for people to start fights or continue to fight if they don't want to.
Yeah, not to mention the escapes that both ADCs have.
Oh, yeah.
With Lucian being able to dart out at will, and Caitlyn tossing the net to both slow her opponents and dodge away.
Yeah, I mean, I think these comps are very similar in goals and setup. I think the only main difference between the two is the difference in hard engage between Vi and Elise.
I find this a little bit more poke on the blue side bottom lane, whereas Lucian and Nami are more of a hard engage, but you're definitely right that both teams have a fairly similar composition, as Enemy Outbreaker sets up for a Dragon, which is going to be contested here. Not strongly enough contested, though. Enemy Outbreaker picks up their second Dragon of the game, and looks like they're going to try and force mid here.
Yeah, again, they continue to lag behind in kills, but they're keeping that gold lead alive with the pretty dominant control over objectives.
Yeah, they've been doing a really great job taking down turrets as they need to, and controlling that dragon buff. Or dragon gold, I should say. There's no technical buff from it.
This is that pretty nasty
Caitlyn gets
siege,
caught
but
out a bit, and Lucian's ult comes in onto Zyra, who gets deleted.
That is the unfortunate risk of running the Zyra. She's really good unless she gets caught, and she's got like 10 HP.
It's a triple kill for Aurelia. Well played. This might be a quadra kill.
Wow.
Unofficial quadra. She took it, but it was too far in the future from her previous kills, I guess, for it to count as that quadra. I'm still impressed.
I suspect she's gonna snowball that into a pretty sizable item lead over her counterpart. We still see Shyvana yet to complete one of her major items.
It seems like Shyvana is sitting in the base here for okay, no, she's back. I thought a pause might have been coming out here. Shyvana may have disconnected, having not bought any newer items, but oh, she continues to split the item build between the Bork and her Sunfire cape there, if you look at the itemization. That's going to cost her, potentially.
Oh, definitely. She's not going to be able to stand in... I mean, she's... The In-N-Out Burger needs to find an answer to this Aurelia, and quick. And it's not going to be a split item Shyvana. That's for sure.
We see Elise building tanky as well. Maybe Elise is going to have the answer for them.
The Cocoon could definitely do it. It's hard to dance around and be slippery when you're caught in the spider's web, but I mean,
the snare from Zyra just misses Nami.
Yeah, that's a good flash.
In an Outbreaker, being down 5 kills, still ahead by almost 1,000 gold. With only a 1 turret lead, they have 2 dragons to their side, 2-0.
And this is the interesting difference in AD carries, right? You got Lucian, who's completed his Blade of the Rune King, which is, I mean, less damage overall, but in a 1v1 situation, it's going to be way stronger than Caitlyn, who's going to be able to take down turrets really quickly, but not really deal...
Aurelia comes in again, Caitlyn gets out. But the Nami ult coming through might be enough to finish this fight. Nobody going down yet. Vi gets in the center of it and gets deleted. Caitlyn takes the punishment for it, though, and goes down. Looks like 1 for 1 still.
Oof. This
chase
is looking
on.
bad.
Aurelia looking to jump onto that Nidalee here, and Ziggs might get deleted by Shyvana. Shyvana might just get caught out here instead, though.
Going
and
deep.
What happens is it's 4-1. Her teammates can't respond. Shyvana goes down.
Ooh. Yeah, that was pretty risky, jumping into 4 people.
Well played by the Ziggs, staying alive there, getting back to his teammates in time for them to stop the Shyvana, though.
Yeah. And, jeez, that is a 7-0-1 Aurelia.
That it is. This Aurelia giving us a show right now.
Yeah, and she was inches away from getting 2 additional kills, since she would have been able to jump onto the Nidalee, which and get that kill, which would have reset her jump and be able to get the second target, which I believe was...
So it technically may have been a good play by Shyvana going in there, distracting the Aurelia.
That's
1
true.
kill for 2, who would have been worth more gold than the Shyvana at this point. I guess Shyvana was still worth 4 gold, with that being, full gold, with that being her first death.
Yeah, I mean, it was a noble effort. She almost did. Yeah, she almost was able to convert the kill onto Ziggs, too.
4-11 in favor of Ghost House.
And
I'd say
still only a 1k lead, or 1k gold lead.
yeah, they've evened out the turrets, and it's still only 1k. That's turning out to be the difference in farm and those 2 dragons. The farm lead from In-N-Out Burger, at least in the bottom lane, is quite sizable with 160 to Lucian's 108.
Yeah, I think that their best hope is to try and out-rotate Ghost House and just keep focusing on objectives. Kind of give up the idea that you're going to be able to out-kill Aurelia, and just try and rotate to any open turrets, stick Caitlyn on that sucker, and just pop them down. Because she's got a pretty sizable lead over Lucian, and her late game is going to be quite much better than his.
Looks like Ghost House setting up for some plays mid here, as In-N-Out Burger might be going for another dragon, except it's not up for 20 more seconds. They're just clearing that ward, I guess. Ghost House signaling something's going on in the mid lane here near the dragon. It looks like they might have a team fight.
They're going to need to initiate something, because they need to get into this dragon area. Whew, that's some good poke coming in, and that's that ward advantage.
The Nami ult misses everything there, though. The disengage from In-N-Out Burger, quite effective this time, and dragon's up.
Wow, that's more than half of Shyvana's health. Jeez.
Yeah, Aurelia doing some work on Shyvana, but In-N-Out Burger picks up another dragon. Some really good map control. Still falling behind, though.
I mean, they're going to have to send somebody up to this top lane. Shyvana cannot hold that turret alone.
We'll see if they're going to choose to capitalize on this bottom lane instead, while Aurelia's up there and Shyvana's attempting to... Oh, Shyvana goes down.
Ooh, that's that true damage, and just vicious.
See if In-N-Out Burger can push in the bottom lane, or they're going to have to respond to this Aurelia at this point. They don't have a chance. A chance to get that bottom turret, that is, not in general.
So Rootbuster is suggesting that Aurelia needs some nerfing?
Yeah, just looking at Twitch chat there as well. Yeah. This Aurelia is definitely playing a really strong game. Brought her A game tonight. Yep. 8-1 against In-N-Out Burger. The Shyvana's only 0-2 though, which is surprising from that Aurelia score. Aurelia's done a lot of roaming.
Yeah, she's managed to clean up most of these team fights. Though, look at that. That's the difference between the support that goes utility and the support that goes full AP. Just Zyra alone was able to chunk about a third of Vi's health out, who does have a reasonable amount of matchup resistance with the Spectre's Cowl and the Hex Drinker.
That's a good point. We'll see how that affects the late game with Nami being more of a utility support and Zyra being full out damage.
Oh,
Flash comes
great
in
catch.
there. Not going to be enough to secure a kill as the disengages come out. Aurelia's still in the top lane, so it's 5v4 here, but Shyvana's falling off.
Well, and Aurelia's got teleport, so at any moment she could move in and kind of flank around this team. This is definitely something they've got to be careful about.
Shyvana getting stunned there in the top lane, taking a bit of punishment. Oh no.
What a
Zyra
strangle
got caught out. And that's a double kill.
Yeah, she managed to finish off Ziggs with her passive.
Was that post-mortem?
Yeah.
Wow. Well played, Zyra.
Definitely.
Made that a very good trade for In-N-Out Burger.
Fantastic Stranglethorns, hit 4 people.
I got a little bit lost in that team fight, just so much happened there at once. Saw Zyra go down. Did not realize that her passive was going to be able to take that double kill for them. That surprised me. Thought it was a double kill going the other way. but it was actually for the Zyra.
Yeah, they come in for that Nidalee.
Yeah, this Nidalee's gonna be in trouble. Might manage the escape. She has some jukes.
I think she can.
She could try to recall
here.
If she can get around them, she might be able to.
Well, Assault and Battery isn't up for another couple seconds, so...
She's got the speed, but...
Ooh,
can she actually get away
catch.
here? Lucian might get
Man
deleted.
He's...
The culling not enough, but that Nami heal.
Wow.
And the Ziggs bouncing ball to delete. Oh, and a pause comes out.
He owes Nami a fruit basket. That was fantastic. Catching him with the bubble there, with the heal, and the not to mention the Blade of the Rune King active coming in clutch there.
I'm just watching that now in Twitch chat. That's impressive both times I saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, not in Twitch
high
chat.
High level play we're getting here. So interesting. That Shyvana opted to go for the Randuin's Omen rather than what I was initially suspecting was going to be...
the Sunfire Cape. Yeah, that is an interesting choice. I mean, it's still a strong item, but the Sunfire Cape on Shyvana is definitely a lot more damage. We have a reconnect here, so hopefully we'll get the game back underway momentarily. Looks like that Zyra is having an issue.
Yeah. They need her. She's pretty integral to this team. If anything is gonna stop Aurelia, it's gonna be either Elise catching her with a cocoon or Zyra catching her with a grasping roots.
We'll see if they can manage it. Shutting down this Aurelia is going to be a tough job at this point with her being 8-0.
Pangland's got it.
Lucian grabbing a red buff for himself here. See if he can put it to good use or not.
In and Out Burger is also... So, despite the fact that Mikhail's Crucible was nerfed in the previous patch, I definitely like it being picked up here by Nami, since that's going to make shutting down that Aurelia much more difficult, and enable her to just continue her reign of terror in teamfights. Ooh, spicy.
That's a good play there, as Caitlyn gets just knocked off there.
And it looks like... Nope.
Aurelia's gonna catch him out.
Yeah.
He at least repels out. Well played. Oh, but Vi's all over it. See how this ends.
Assault and Battery is down, so she's not going to have quite enough sticking power, but... The siege is on.
Aurelia is gonna go all in here, but Zyra's coming up behind.
Wow, that was...
It's a good kill for Nidalee onto the Ziggs. Everybody on NW is getting pretty low.
Oh, double kill
for Nidalee.
Yeah, that burst damage is pretty cool.
Nidalee, maybe the saving grace that Internet Burger needs, being 6-1 here now.
Yeah, if she can convert those spears into burst damage and catch out key targets when Aurelia goes deep, that might be the thing they need to turn it around. I kind of disagree there, Rootbuster. I don't really know if focusing the Aurelia is the solution here. She seems pretty willing to take on multiple members.
Yeah, they're gonna need to focus down around Aurelia and then pick her off pretty much 5v1 if they can manage it. She is pretty fed at this point. Has the Trinity Force, Tiamat, and has already started that Spectre Scowl.
Jason, the Golden Ma, is definitely right there. The combo that came in from Yeah, that's why you don't really focus the Aurelia. She is just going 1v3. Well, not anymore, now that her team showed up, but...
And the culling is going to be enough. Oof. Double kill for Lucian. Oh, and the passive just misses Ziggs there. Aurelia still with a couple hundred HP here. By a couple, I mean almost 1,000. Just pounding away on these minions. Trying to force that mid turret down while they have an advantage. They're going to set up for Baron, though. Seems like a good time for Baron with 4 members of an Outbjorger being down.
Yeah. Not to mention the rather sparse ward coverage from In-N-Out-Burger.
Yeah, it looks like they have 0 vision by this Baron.
Yep.
1 ward possibly up in their blue side.
Should anyone have been able to get up there, they would have unfortunately run right into the 10-0 and 4 Aurelia, who's, oh my god, she's completed the Ravenous Hydra too. That is going to be a ton of AoE damage. She's just going to hop into the team and just, whew.
And she's got the Banshee's Veil on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a Randuin's Omen started, possibly. She is definitely beasting this one.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So Lucian's going for this new, it's like a Twitch build, where you rush the Blade of the Rune King and then go into Yomo's Ghost Blade.
That is an interesting choice for him. We'll see if that... Well, things have been working out for Lucian so far. It seems like he's got the option to do as he pleases.
It's advantageous because it gives him a really good early damage spike, and makes him really good in duels. But it's going to be a little bit... it comes at the expense of some of his late game power, but he's already going to lose that fight to Caitlyn. So he just needs to focus on... They need to win before Caitlyn gets to that point.
That's a good point, and being 32 minutes in with only a 3k gold difference, we are still at the point where anybody could get caught out and throw this match around.
Yeah.
I mean, we see Ghost House slowly wearing In-N-Out Burger down, but it's still a very up-in-the-air match for this. But the Vi comes in and ults them. It's going to be a huge team fight. Vi gets deleted, though. That may have been misplayed. See if In-N-Out Burger can capitalize on it.
That was, again, we're just seeing fantastic Zyra play. The Stranglethorns managed to basically split up Ghost House because they weren't able to follow her in.
Yeah, this Zyra is doing really well for the situation she's in for sure. Her score is not reflecting it as much as we would expect, but she's making some great plays.
Yeah, absolutely. That tends to be kind of the way of the support Zyra. Your goal is not to survive. Your goal is to get your combo and Stranglethorns down in a good position, and then give your life in a helpful way.
And it's definitely something she's been doing really well, being 3-5-5, having 80% of the deaths from Ghost House on her scorecard.
Yeah. Great kill participation. Oh, this is cool. Nami's picked up the Ardent Sensor.
Now, I'm not familiar with that item.
This is the new one that whenever she heals someone, she gives them 25% additional attack speed for 6 seconds.
Ah, that's an interesting item for Alone.
It's gonna go pretty... I mean, it's pretty good with this team comp. You could get a little bit better, obviously, if you had like a Jax or something, but it's gonna go well with Vi. Her passive it's gonna be able to get more third shots in for her to proc that additional damage and armor shred. I mean, it obviously goes good with Lucian, and it definitely can't hurt with this horrendously fed Aurelia.
Alright, looks like Ghost House is going to try and siege this mid turret in now. They've got a minion wave here to help them out, but it's going to get knocked out before it even gets to the turret. I misspoke there. They're not going to manage to actually get the siege in that they need to, though they do want it. They're going to wait out that next minion wave, potentially.
Yeah, and this is that that Caitlyn get into that difficult point in the game. She's got 3 items completed and is working on that Blade of the Rune King. So she's going to be able to clear waves and take turrets. Yeah, wow, critting for 1,070 damage. So should Ghost House falter here and get picked off, those turrets and objectives are going to go down quick.
Nami wanting a dragon, but it's not there. For 3 more seconds, seems like they have a timer on that. I may have not had that as well planned out as they did. Ghost House securing... Yeah, for sure. Ghost House securing a dragon as it comes up, more or less. Turning the map control around on an Outbjorger who picked up the first 3 dragons there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now we're starting to see that gold lead start to get a bit more substantive. Alright.
It's still only 6k. This far into the game, that's not as huge an amount as it could be. Aurelia is the only champion really getting fed and not managing to snowball as much as she potentially could have.
Oh my god, look at this mid
traps.
Trap, yeah.
They made an arrow. Okay guys, Imacupy says the difference between pro and not pro is the 9 gold you get from an item before buying it. Of course, he was trolling. The real difference between pro and not pro is his fucking arrow with traps.
I mean, that's going to be difficult to approach, as silly as it seems. If they can continue to clear those waves, that's a pretty good way to wait out Baron. Yeah, Aurelius says, that is my blue buff.
And the Outbjorger doing their best to stay relevant in this game, getting shut down at every corner.
Looks like they've successfully waited out Baron, though. Oh, yeah, it's as soon as I say that, here it comes in 30 seconds. And I don't think that, yeah, an In and Outbjorger does not have the timer on that. They had no vision of when Baron went down.
They seem to be sitting there defending their mid-turret, not aware that Purple is setting up for that Baron in 15 seconds. We'll see if they decide to respond in time, figure it out.
I mean, you'd hope so, but I just... Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see them come in and maybe scout some of that with spears and Zyra plants, but they're pretty afraid, and rightly so.
That Baron's going to go down uncontested.
Yep. Like
That's
butter.
bad news for an Outbjorger. An Outbjorger just waiting it out by their turret, trying to wait for that late game, going to catch out a member of Ghost House potentially. At least that's what their plan is, I would assume, from them allowing Ghost House to pick up Baron that easily, unless they were just completely unaware of it.
The problem is going to be eventually Vi and Aurelia are going to get to the point where they're just going to be able to ignore the turrets. And that's going to be trouble unless Zyra can keep up her like immaculate level of peel.
Yeah, Vi not built nearly as well as this Zyra at this point. She's a little bit behind in comparison to the Aurelia at the very least, who has 308 farm. That's some impressive numbers. Even this late into the game, seeing numbers over 300 is always kind of fun. Though Caitlyn's at 330, doing a great job of staying relevant, keeping her farm in there.
Okay, and this is what Ghost House needs to do. They need to split up this this In and Outbjorger team.
And they're doing a great job of it with Aurelia. I mean, yeah, Aurelia forcing Shyvana to respawn top lane. Zig's getting mighty low, gonna eat the ace in a hole. Now it looks like that got blocked.
Yeah. Good guy block there by... Nami can heal multiple people, Root Buster, but only if a enemy is hit in between. So she could heal one of her allies, then that could bounce and hit an enemy, and then it could bounce and hit another ally. But that's the only way that can heal multiple people.
These traps no longer in a cool pattern, but still very effectively placed in front of that turret.
Yeah. And it's done an excellent job so far. They've managed to repel this siege by Ghost House several times with Baron buff.
That's a good point. Ghost House has had Baron for the last 10 or more minutes at this point.
And they still have not been able to crack this inner wave of turrets.
And I know you're doing a great job of putting up a top-level defense. But Aurelia starting to not care.
Yeah,
She's going to go ham on this turret. It's going to end up 1v4. But she has just so much speed she gets out of that. She's actually still here just taunting them. Ghost House starting to respond to it. Zig's bottom lane now, pushing that wave in. They're going to force In and Out Burger to split up their team.
Wow, that's one bouncing bomb is like, ooh, Kayla needs to be careful.
She hit a second one there?
Yeah, right on the backside.
Zyra comes in onto the Ziggs but misses her grasp. The Nami ult comes through and catches Elise.
There's
that first Nexus turret. Inhibitor turret. Zyra goes ham here and gets deleted.
Yeah, unfortunately her team was not there to follow up. They had some Aurelia problems of their own. What a culling.
It's going to be the first inhibitor going down. Ghost House might be able to end it here.
Yeah, this might be the game. They need they need to take out Caitlyn. If they can get Caitlyn, that's definitely going to be the game.
Caitlyn needs a nasty bouncing ball.
Ooh,
a whole lot of damage, and there she goes.
Those rubber duckies are vicious. Aurelia's chopping up the top, and yeah, this is looking pretty rough.
Ghost House sieging a lot more than I would expect them to, with Aurelia not joining her team. But they're going to get this second inhibitor. How many Nexus can we pop? Not quite enough damage onto that inhibitor to take it down, and Ziggs is going to get deleted.
He got a little bit too big for his britches there.
Yeah, he has a decent score, but he's not really been carrying the game as much as the Aurelia for sure. And Lucian seems to be doing really well, same as the Nami.
Yeah, and when your 10-0-5 Aurelia starts backing away, that's probably a pretty good indication that Ziggs should get out of there too.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how they communicated that one. It seems like Aurelia should have been the one going in first for sure. That's a dragon to Lucian solo.
And I wonder if we'll see In-N-Out Burger contest this Baron. Or if they're just going to give up 3. Again, they don't have the timer on it.
It's not up for quite some time yet. There's still a chance the game could be over before then, depending. I guess both sides are completely up, though In-N-Out Burger only has that one inhibitor turret left. Both bot and top are going to be taking some massive minion pressure.
Yeah, they got super minions coming in on both sides. Though, if Ghost House doesn't pressure it, or doesn't put some champions down on that top or bottom, they shouldn't have a problem clearing out those waves. As we saw, Caitlyn, despite not having a kill, is able to just erase them. She just one Piltover Peacemaker and some auto attacks, and poof.
Yeah, Caitlyn's been doing a great job, as I said earlier, of staying relevant with her farm without even any kills here. She's done a great job of maintaining her life. I mean, she has 5 deaths, but that's fairly average for In-N-Out Burger's score right now. With the lowest being 2 deaths on that Nidalee. Nidalee's been doing a great job of trying to carry for the In-N-Out Burger team.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see her try and get a couple more picks and use that new burst damage and wait for people in bushes and such, instead of instead of doing a bit more of the traditional Nidalee play where you just try and poke people.
Yeah, it's hard to say if she would have been able to have any additional success with that, especially the way Aurelia got fed so fast. I mean, Aurelia kind of roamed and shut down the mid and bottom lane fairly early. That's a third Baron going over to Ghost House. Some great map control in the late game. It seems like they dominated lanes while surrendering a little bit of their objective control in the early game, and now they've swapped that around, making sure that they keep these objectives so that they can keep the pressure to finish the game.
This looks to be the last stand of In-N-Out Burger. And Aurelia's just gonna walk through all of the traps.
Aurelia going full ham here. It's
tanking the turrets and like
gonna be worth it for her though. As Caitlyn almost goes down. Let's see who the first kill is. It's gonna go on to Shyvana. The Zyra escapes with her life. Barely escapes with her life.
I didn't see. Where did she use Strangle Thorns? Was that on?
I missed it completely in there, to be honest.
I think
Let's see
that
if Twitch chat.
she comboed it with Shyvana. I don't know. Yeah, my screen was also not really paying attention. Oh.
Elise is gonna get caught out here and go down.
Oh, Zyra. Love you, but a little bit more than you can chew.
Almost enough to take the Aurelia down, but she's just so big.
And so fast. She just skates around the map. Oh, look at that burst damage. Oh, yeah.
She takes it. And this is
That'll
going to
be
be the game. Congratulations to Ghost House, defeating In-N-Out Burger in the semi-finals here. In Not So Stock Gaming's open bracket tournament. We'll have our finals matchup underway shortly. Just going to double check match reports.
Oh, and whoever made that Twitch chat bet would unfortunately have lost, because actually most damage done to champions on the blue side was Brunzech with his Nidalee at 2,800 or 28,000. Coming in second and third was Zyra with 24,000 and Caitlyn with 24,000 and change. But
Alright, so just waiting on this. Seems like Flying Dingo's Gold has reported a loss potentially against Semver. I'm just going to double check that that is accurate. And we know In-N-Out Burger just lost against Ghost House. So once I check my emails, make sure we've got an actual report for that, which we do. We're going to have Semper Veritas V2, the Severt, versus Ghost House Tonfro.
alright, let's get some more great open tournament action going on here. Kind of continuing to look at some of these stats from the previous game. Everyone's damage to champions was horrendously dwarfed by Ziggs, coming in there with 51k, which is more than, well, not quite more than double, but almost. Yeah, it's more than double Caitlyn's, and more than double both the AD carries damage to champions. Gross. Ziggs nerf, please, Riot.
Alright, so we're just waiting on this lobby to form up here. FTG Reaper saying they had some problems with their matches. They faced 2 challenger teams. They beat the first one, and then they've been defeated in the semifinals, as we're aware. So we may be getting to see some challenger play in the next round. We'll see what the lobby actually turns out to be. If he's overestimating their ability, or if they're actually some challenger players going to be facing Ghost House here.
All right, I'm excited.
Just waiting for an invite here. I know Cypher's not yet in a lobby. I assume Semper Veritas V2 will be getting the match started momentarily for us. We can double check their team roster here. There we go. Oh, one of their members added me earlier. Perfect, I can find them. I see you.
Excellent. Alright. Let me get some funky pump-up tunes going on in the background so I can maintain my level of excitement.
Alrighty. Looks like we're going to have this lobby formed up momentarily. Just speaking to Tonington from Semper Veritas V2, if I said that right. Semver, yes, I did. Close enough anyways. And they'll be inviting us and a member of Ghost House to the lobby.
Excellent.
I'm gonna get Twitch chat updated while I have a chance here as well, potentially. Actually, do it right here. This is gonna be our finals tonight. Finals! Hurrah! Alright, that says finals now. Broadcast update successful. We're good to go with the finals here, guys. Gonna be Team Semper Veritas V2 versus Ghost House Tonfro. We just watched Ghost House beat In-N-Out Burger in the semifinals. We're gonna see exactly how they fare against Semper Veritas V2 in the finals matchup. Our bronze match for 3rd and 4th place has actually technically already concluded, as a member of In-N-Out Burger did have to leave. So, Flying Dingo's Gold is going to get congratulated on their 3rd place finish tonight.
Alright, and they earned it. It was a lot of games. They played, In-N-Out Burger played every game. It's too bad that they weren't able to stay there for the 5th one, but c'est la vie.
Yeah, it would have been nice for them to be able to play that last game, but sometimes people have to go. They performed pretty well tonight. They were playing with the sub, which I forgot about. They had to grab one of their subs during the first matchup there. Just waiting on this invite still.
So I kind of expect to see an Aurelia band coming in through in this next match.
Yeah, if Semper Veritas V2 was paying any attention to that chat, to Twitch at the end of that game, I would be surprised if there's not an Aurelia band coming out after that performance. I'm just gonna double check this game is getting made. And we'll get things. Here we go. I got an invite to something. I got an invite. Alright.
Alright.
Alright. Looks like I'm in, and I've asked them to send you an invite as well.
Okay.
So hopefully we get you one. We'll see what happens. Alright, perfect.
Oh no, someone's in my spectating spot.
It's okay, he'll jump into... There you go.
It's like one of those shifting tile puzzle things.
Oh, why? How am I not in spectate? My bad.
Unclear. All right. Looks like we're about to get this final round underway.
They tried to report me. You can't report me. I'm Dark Corpse. Dark Corpse is like, I don't know,
Yeah.
unreportable.
First ban, Aurelia.
Yeah, look at
sucker
that
out of
Aurelia
there.
band come out.
Did she die in the last game?
No, she finished that alive. Like, she almost stepped onto the pool there at the end, and I thought she was going to let herself get that first death as they pop the Nexus, but it did not happen.
There you go. That Aurelia even unkillable by the Nexus. Alright, so let's get a Kassadin ban and a Braum ban and
I have
Vi.
a Vi come out.
Okay.
The predictions.
Yeah, I don't know if that the Vi from Ghost House was good. I don't know if it was overwhelming, but
See a Lee Sin ban coming out.
I would get rid of that unless they plan to pick it. Get rid of that Ziggs. I mean, the amount of damage and presence in all lanes he was able to exert was pretty impressive. He did go a little bit too ham in some of those fights, but still, 51k damage to champions is nothing to sneeze at.
A Lulu ban. Haven't seen a Lulu played in a little while. I saw one earlier, I suppose.
Yeah, she seems to have disappeared a little bit. A couple weeks ago, we were seeing her in basically every game in all sorts of different positions, but
I mean, we didn't follow all of Ghost House games either, so this could be that they played Lulu in a previous game we didn't watch. We were following In and Out Bugger previously as they were dominating their matches until that last one. So I'm expecting a good game here in our finals, as these are two undefeated teams.
and there's that last Braum. Nobody wants to deal with that mustache. Whew. Yep. All right. I like that. Taking away the Ziggs.
First pick on Ziggs. Should be interesting.
I mean, he's a pretty safe laner at this point. Riot's pretty much taken out most of the assassins that would otherwise give him trouble. And, I mean, he's just good if you're winning, good if you're losing, deals a bajillion damage, can steal stuff with his ultimate. Just an all-around very impactful champion.
Jax made it through the bans and into the game.
Oh, wow. Stop the presses. I can't remember the last time that's happened. Actually, maybe it was finals of a previous tournament.
I think it actually was. We're seeing
Yeah.
a lot of final Jaxes. See, there's a cool skin on this one at least.
Oh, my favorite is definitely the hockey player Jax.
Someone's
like-
calling us Riv and Freaky Deaky.
Oh,
I'm kind of confused. Are you Riv or are you Freaky Deaky?
oh god, I hope I'm not Riv.
I don't know what that means.
Riv is like the most annoying North American caster. Freak is pretty legit, but yeah. Curse
Alright.
you, Overlord.
So, who's who, Overlord? You tell us.
Ooh, alright. I'm excited for this. I haven't really seen a good game with a new Skarner, so I'm excited for this.
We did see a Skarner play earlier from In-N-Out Burger just before you got here, actually. But we'll see it again, and it should be interesting with that Karma possibly support. No, it's going to get switched out for Nami.
And I think that's probably the better bet. Especially since Nami combos pretty well with the Ziggs. You get a lot of good ranged poke and disengage to just enable the Ziggs to do his thing from the long range.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted here by a Twitch chat. Seems like Semperviritus might be hyping themselves up a little bit. Alright, we have a Janna. What is this? We were talking about Janna earlier, and here she is.
Yes! They listened! Dude, Janna OP. Though, well, no, I take that back. Janna's gonna be pretty good against Skarner. That Monsoon is gonna make it difficult for him to really creep in on people. Not to mention the movement speed's gonna make it easier for people to escape him, and she's got the knockup. Let's see if they complete the picture with the Yasuo. Cross your fingers.
Their mid lane's not picked yet. We could see a Yasuo come out here for your preferred team composition. Corki and Twitch potentially here.
And we're looking for a top laner and a what? Top laner and
ADC.
Yeah.
Looks like Corki might actually make it through picks. Love to see a Corki. We were talking about him earlier as well. Seems like these guys listen to our needs.
Excellent.
And show us what we want to see. Is everybody else excited? I'm excited. Tauntington trolling his champion selection.
Could that be the mythical top lane Gragas?
It'd be interesting to see someone try it. It's gonna be a Karma.
The deadly top lane Karma. Okay. I mean, oh god, how could we forget about Kassadin? Oh man.
Kassadin and Jax make it through bans and into the game.
These are some overpowered teams. This is just going to be like a 500 kill game. Oh, I'm so pumped.
These compositions.
Yeah.
Someone broke the meta here.
We are getting some spicy stuff here. Okay. And yeah, that's the Kassadin locked in. Alright, so it looks like Ghost House is going to try and make it to the 20-minute point, at which point they're just going to hope that their two carries are just going to be able to just sweep up both Jax and Kassadin having just really rough late games. I mean, there's a reason why these champions are frequently banned. Though I like this strategy coming out from Sievert is what I'm going to call them, because I have no idea how to pronounce that. They've got a good little poke comp going on here. I imagine the Karma versus Jax lane is going to be kind of gross for Jax, unless he can get some help there from Jarvan, because she's just going to empowered Q him all day, day.
Oh man, this should be a good matchup to watch. Some crazy plays that should be able to happen from both teams, assuming they can combo their skills right.
Oh yeah,
like amazing compositions here. Going to be some quick fights. Not a whole lot of tank on either team, though. We got J4 and Jax for, I believe, purple is purple's Ghost House there. Mm-hmm. And we've only really got Skarner as a tank for Semperviritus. But there's just a whole lot of damage on their team. We'll see if it makes up for the lack of the beef that we'd normally see in this meta.
So, I don't really like Ignite here on Ziggs. That speaks to a bit more confidence and lane dominance and aggression than I think that Ziggs is really going to want to have. I think that if he's in range to ignite someone, like who's that going to be? If it's a Jax and he's in range to ignite the Jax, he's probably dead. If it's Lucian, I mean, like, depends at what point of the game, but it's probably not going to be good. And similarly, Kassadin, you're not going to want to be next to that dude. So I think I would have preferred to have either another defensive spell, or maybe even I've seen some really effective Ziggs go Flash Ghost, and using Ghost to kind of make up for Ziggs' otherwise pretty lackluster movement speed.
Oh man, seeing Ghost on Ziggs would be an interesting day.
It's adorable. He waddles super quick.
Oh, that waddle. Alright, well, we have this 1 minute left. I'm gonna leave you to handle things for a second, grab another drink, and I'll be right back to help you out.
So I wanna crowdsource this to you all there on the Twitch chat. Corky? Is Corky a Yordle? Yes or no? Oh god, he is a Yordle. He doesn't really look like a Yordle. I guess it's just because he's got his little mask on. Oh, it's too late. Sometimes bears. Sometimes he is actually a tobogganer. So we gotta wait and see which Corky skin we're getting. Sometimes, oh god, sometimes he's also he's an Earth Rider, right? So frequently a plane, but not always. As we get in here to loading screen, and I wish we could get some Urgot. The hyperkinetic position reverser, while not very good, is definitely one of the most potentially hilarious ultimates in the game, as you can just do very silly things with it. Which one? Shadow Panda? Or are you all still enjoying my Maoki? Alright. What's going on? Oh, Shadow Panda, you're on are you playing this game? Oh. Semper Veritas? Okay, so there's a little bit of a hiccup here. Instead, on the bracket, there's no P. Instead, it's a V, which in part ways probably accounts for my preposterous pronunciation. But in other ways, I'm also from Chicago. We do what we want over here.
Oh, is it supposed to be a P on their name, not a V?
I think so.
I don't know. I saw something saying it was Semper Veritas, but I was
it's too late. Now it's Semper Veritas.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Semper. It's Semper. Like December.
You have been renamed. Ooh.
Alright, we have an engage here. Flash down from Jarvan.
Yeah. Though he's still...
he's exhausted.
He took the wrong way. He's going to be dead.
That is first blood to Skarner. That's 1 minute into the game.
That's unfortunate. He probably could have gotten away if he had just kept going straight and hadn't doubled back to go through that tri-bush. But, oh, look out. Here comes Jax and gets the stun down, but...
Might get deleted as well, holy...
Oh, man, Nami's
he flashes out.
On point with those bubbles, and oh, Skarner for double kill!
Skarner picks up the second kill as well.
That's not the worst way to start the game.
Skarner's like, yeah, I done that. Now he's just gonna back on it.
Yeah, he's got He's got 400 gold that he can convert into a spirit stone before the first buff. That's pretty good. Is that
Maybe
good?
a little bit late to the first buff, but probably worth it.
Yeah.
He has more than 400 gold there, because First Blood's 400 itself, right?
I think they changed it. It's worth less at the beginning of the game.
Alright.
But the second, I mean, let me see. Let me check the old gold totals here. Well, you're right. He's got 1,000 gold so far, which is about 500 more than everyone else. Maybe a little bit less, but either way, it's going to be a pretty sizable advantage come those level 3 ganks.
I apologize, just dealing with Twitch chat there. Back in the game here. J4 taking his wraiths there. Thought he was going to set up for a gank.
So we got some kind of interesting level 1 builds here coming out. I don't really know. I guess the Karma start in particular is interesting to me. She opted to go for just a grip of pots. But I guess I kind of understand that. She's got pretty good early level damage ratios anyway, so she maybe doesn't need the Dorian's Ring, and just being able to constantly abuse poor
Jax
old,
might go down to this Karma here.
Yep.
Ignites onto him and he's done, but J4 is coming in to try and make this a trade at least.
Oh, but here comes Skarner.
He can't quite get the Karma, and yes, Skarner's possibly going for the golems, possibly going around for that J4. He's going to go around for the J4.
Oh, so dirty.
And Kassadin's taking a lot of pressure in the mid lane as well.
Well, that's to be expected. Look, he's pre-void. It's just a normal person.
That is a good point. Kassadin before his super void powers.
Ooh,
Zig's going to take a lot of turret hits there. Might be
Yeah.
enough. We'll see who goes down here. Skarner's behind that turret. They're going to go for the Wraith from the looks of it, though. Ziggs and Kassadin, lands a nice bouncing ball, but not quite enough.
Oh, can he get the sneak around? Looks like he's going to be spouted out by this minion wave, but he doesn't care. He's just going in. Got him. But Jarvan's going to get a nice little refresh on his double Fs there.
There we go, got the scoreboard reorganized for them. Alright, Jax back in this lane. Karma not doing as much damage to him here, but he's not managing to get the farm that he wants. He is out farming her still somehow, though. Being, 2 kills on him. I guess he did die earlier to that Skarner.
Oh, she got the level 1 assist. But yeah, she's definitely going to have to give him a little bit more respect as he's starting to learn that he can just use his minion wave to tank her stuff and then hop on her.
Yeah, we'll see how his engages go here. She lands the leash, she's gonna... puts a bit of pressure both ways.
Yep, these look like fairly even trades.
Jax came out a little bit behind, but Karma did get that leash onto him before he jumped in. Janna taking some pressure here. But the J4 is going to come and turn this around. They have a ward on it, they know he's coming.
Let's see if we can catch Nami.
Does a good job at catching her out.
Oh, great bubble.
Corki getting awfully low here. Staying a little too close, possibly. See if Lucian can tap him.
Yeah.
He's going to go for Nami instead, and she goes down.
That
to
Lucian
the
passive.
the double tap.
Yeah. And oh god, Skarner's gonna continue his wave of terror up in the top lane. Here he comes.
Coming onto that Jax from behind the turret.
Run,
Takes
Jax.
a turret hit though.
Run.
Karma gonna leash into it, taking a lot of turret pressure. Not gonna be enough for this Jax.
Ooh, and just misses him with the Q.
J4 onto this bottom turret with Lucian, taking a lot of pressure. Corki and Nami finally coming back out to lane here.
Oh, wow, Corki never went back?
Oh. Where did he go then?
He just kind of shimmied back to the middle turret. Or the
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't even get the double golems. I'm not sure what he was doing. I mean, I know what he's doing. He's waiting to get a couple more gold before he goes back to buy, but not entirely sure if that's the right move.
We'll see how it plays out for him. Lucian's going to try and come in here, but not going to actually get any damage onto him.
Yeah, good Nami heal coming in with additional harass. And Rutro, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Kassadin with infinite jumps here. He's about to get his blue buff.
Oh, he just hit level 6, eh?
Yeah. Scary things are afoot.
And the game is about to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Skarner picked up double kill in the first 2 minutes.
He also just got his ultimate, so we'll have to see how those two kind of end up leveling or lining up. I mean, I can, on the one hand, see Skarner being a good way to keep that Kassadin in one place, but on the other hand, it seems like Kassadin can undo a lot of Skarner's work if he gets ulted, just with a quick R away.
That's very true. Skarner would have trouble catching him as well with that ultimate. You can see Kassadin being a little bit slippery.
Oh, yeah.
An ult onto Jax, they're not, I mean, not an ult, an ignite onto Jax, going to be not quite enough to kill him, but the poke goes in.
Ooh.
He's getting awfully low here. J4 for the red buff, Smite goes in for it.
He's a little low, otherwise I would say he'd definitely be heading top to help out versus this Karma.
He's going to head top either way, apparently.
She's low on mana, but
Jax goes in on
dangerous.
I think they might have this here, but Jax gets deleted.
Yeah.
It's going to be
she might,
a double kill. Well played, Karma. Well played.
Yeah, that was just not respecting that the Karma damage.
The plays in today's Not So Stock Gaming Open Bracket Tournament. These are our finals matchup here. Lucian being forced to back.
Oh, this is...
Skarner starting Dragon by himself. But
unfortunately,
Ziggs and Cork are going to come in.
Standing right on a ward, but it looks like it won't really matter. His team's here to back him up.
Yeah, they're not going to have the time to contest that. Ghost House having a hard time with Semper Veritas. Ziggs ult coming in onto that Kassadin, but doing almost no damage.
He's going to be pretty safe managing to shield up there. And I'd expect to see the first Kassadin roam coming in pretty soon. Probably going top. Jax is definitely going to need some help if he's going to be able to stay in this game and not just get continually poked out. Oh, fantastic there from Nami. Good tidal wave. J4 maybe should have just waited until Cataclysm came back up again. Not really getting a whole lot out of that gank.
Ziggs setting up for the blue buff with Skarner here.
We've seen most of the games I've seen tonight, teams have been pretty polite about not harassing mid laners as they go to get their blue buff.
That's very true. We haven't had a lot of contests in the jungle around those blue buffs until later game.
Oh, but here's 3 people coming in for Kassadin. And why not? I didn't even see Karma get that top turret.
I know, right? I just noticed it was down as well. It's gonna be the second turret. Oh, Skarner ult comes in, and Karma's leashing that. But she's gonna eat the ult from J4 under the turret. Turret goes down. J4 goes down. There's now 3v1 on this Jax. Karma getting a little bit low, but it looks like they've got him.
Karma is showing us how it's done. Just those empowered Qs just coming in clutch there. Just making huge chunks of health disappear from Ghost House.
I'm gonna try for the mid inner turret here. Looks like they might have time to get it too.
Wow.
just chunking it away.
Yeah, that's not something I would have expected from two non-AD champions, but yeah, they get that sucker down. It looks like Skarner, nah, he doesn't quite have the mana to go pay a visit to the bottom lane. Plus, looks like they're gonna, both Janna and Lucian are gonna back off.
I have some Twitch chat here saying Skarner OP. Haven't seen a lot of Skarners lately, but when you do see him, he always seems to do really well, as long as the player knows roughly what they're doing.
I think he falls off a little bit towards the end. Once everyone gets a bunch of items, it becomes a little bit more difficult to really get in there with your ultimate. But in this, I mean, they gotta get to that point, and in this mid game, the threat of a Skarner ultimate, basically, if any other teammates are around, it basically means you're dead. So.
That's a 4th turret for Sempervirtus. Nami taking a lot of pressure, but all solution as Kassadin comes in. Of course, he's going to get forced off as it's now 3v2 in the bottom lane.
Oh, wow.
Kassadin ults out, but Corki follows.
Damn.
Gets the kill before the turret takes him down, but the turret does take him down.
Let's see if Karma can convert her 2nd turret of the game. Janna's here.
Managed to get a nice knock-up onto the Karma there. See if they can really stop that turret. Skarner coming in onto Jax here.
Yeah, Jax... Skarner should be able to get Jax. Jax is both missing that mana and Skarner.
Some action in the bottom lane now.
There's the Skarner ult.
Culling comes through, but it's not enough. Janna getting awfully low. Ults for it, and Karma gets deleted. That's a shutdown onto Karma. Could be a double kill for Kassadin, except he eats the bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is definitely going to be a double kill for Kassadin.
Yeah. Yeah. All the disengage in the world can't save you from the Kassadin if he's got enough mana to chase you down.
We're now 12-5, 5 turrets to 0, with a solid 8k gold lead at 14 minutes into the game. Sempervirtus putting on a show against Ghost House.
I wouldn't count out Ghost House quite yet, though. They have some pretty scary late-game champions, though. Someone's got to help out poor old Jax. He's just getting picked on again and again.
Yeah, Jax is sitting at 0-5 here, though his farm is impressive. Has the 2nd highest farm in the game. Well, for his team.
But
except
still
he's sitting top lane. He's going to need to respond to this mid push.
I don't think he can. I mean...
Kassadin gets deleted there.
I think Jax just, the only thing he can do is sit in the top lane and farm and just hope that his team can hold this turret.
He's gonna come mid. Seems like he knows it's a team fight. And he's gotten his minion wave pushed out far enough, but it's not gonna be enough for him to defend this Nexus turret. They're gonna get that Nexus turret and possibly the Nexus here as well. Skarner's starting to go B, but he stops to last hit it.
I admit, reading the Twitch chat, Overlord, things are looking grim, but if there's any champion that can come back, or any combination, it's definitely Jax and Kassadin.
Oh, this Cass might get caught out. Does a lot of damage to that Skarner before he gets away, though.
Yeah.
Well played by Kassadin. There's been almost no objective control this game, aside from the obvious turrets here. Seems like Sempervirtus until now has been content without the dragon.
Yeah, but just look at the ward control around.
Garner goes down there.
Okay.
That's 2 for 2.
But that dirty Karma. Ooh!
Kassadin comes in and gets deleted by the Corki. Corki's gonna go down to this Jax. Karma's
if she
gonna
can
have
get off
some
one
trouble
more
here. takes him out as he jumps at her. And it's a turret for Ziggs in the top lane.
Oh, I haven't actually seen this before. This is really interesting. Karma's going for Sheen after getting the Mora Melicon. I imagine that Sheen going to be turned into a Lich Bane, but I think that's a very good item choice, since it's going to give her even more kind of oppressive poke, getting that extra... Oh, that's weird. No, she turned it into an Iceborne Gauntlet. I stand corrected.
I broke the camera. Okay, I fixed it. My bad. Alright, let's see if semi-finalist here can push their advantage having that inhibitor down. Looks like they might set up for a Baron. No, Nami's just going to ward it here, potentially. I don't think it's something they can take right now. It's so early in the game, though I guess I shouldn't say they can't. They probably could. We have semi-finalist setting up for a play here, going to push into the mid lane. Karma getting some poke off, only hitting minions though.
Alright, Jax has got the Blade of the Rune King going on. At least he's going to be able to get some of those empowered auto attacks coming in. But, oh, Skarner with the dirty, dirty ult.
That's an 8th turret there. It's the second Nexus turret of the game for semi-finalist. 2 team members down on Ghost House. That's a first Nexus turret. And 2 inhibitor turrets down.
This may be the game. Yeah.
If they focus as Nexus here, I mean, they're gonna keep them on their base, get the minion pressure in.
They're doing an excellent job.
Oh, Karma eats a lot of damage from the pool.
Showing how to combine Nami bubbles with poke. As soon as anyone gets bubbled up, it's Karma Q, Rocket, and Ziggs Bomb.
Semi-finalist can tend to let the Winions finish this for them as they just siege the pool here.
Oh yeah, they want
Skarner
that.
flashes into it just for show. That was an impressive showing from semi-finalist here in Not So Stock Gaming's Open Bracket Tournament. That was our finals match. Semi-finalist blue team has won the game and qualified for their 3200 RP and Triumphant ryze skins. Congratulations, guys. Thank you, everybody who participated tonight, everyone who came out to watch. It's been a great night. I had fun casting it. I had fun watching these teams play. I hope you guys had fun playing and or watching, and we'll check out our website to potentially catch another tournament. Have a good night, guys.